So it's a bit late here in Vietnam. Like, I think it's 10 to 11 p.m. now, I think. But yeah, and by the way, I am a bit tired because I was out for like half a day, half a day or so. And yeah, just say that I'm not in the best shape right now. Still though, there is one thing that I cannot believe in. Is the fact that it is the sixth anniversary of the Vietnamese branch of Touhou WIki and Touhou Pass Center, and it's been 6 years already. Like since how they let me remember. I think since 28. Wait, no, 2016. Yeah, 2016. And to be honest, I couldn't even know that. I don't even know that. I can't believe that I could, like, I I was able to make it to the sixth year already. Because I am not a just say that I don't have my willpower is a bit on the lower end of the spectrum, so I have a tendency to quit before like to quit whenever I lose my motivation. This is the exception though. For some reasons I just keep doing what I can for both the wiki and the past center. And it's not only about the Vietnamese branch, but also I also help here and there in uh, mostly in the English department, especially in the past center, because say the English branch there is a bit disorganized. Like they don't have they don't have a true team. Basically, when a new game comes, people from other branches like the German, the Russian, and of course me, the Vietnamese, the French, and maybe many more, and some translators from Touhou Wiki just pour all of their effort to create the English translation. So as of now, the English branch is a bit like we don't actually have an English branch. We only have the combined efforts from everyone else. Sometimes I just help with some images, like whenever I could make some simple edits to like to the images in the games. I would post my I would upload my Photoshop files so that every the other branches can use, or at least can take some inspiration of out from it. And yeah, sometimes I do have here and then, just not a lot. Anyway, you know, it's been 6 years already, and I couldn't even believe that my translation skills have changed like a lot. Back then, I was like this. If I translate a bit to lit, like how do I say it? If I don't translate to literally, I was afraid that nobody would understand. Like they could misunderstand the true statement from the original game. But then it it was hard to make a decision about it. Really, like do you want to sacrifice a little bit of accuracy for some fluency, or vice versa? And maybe you would say maybe you would think that yeah, sometimes you should make the sacrifice, like you should make the trade-off, trade some accuracy for fluency, for naturality. Yes, but when you do it, it is more difficult to choose because you don't know. Like if you read someone else's translation, it would be obvious. But when you do it, it actually is a difficult matter to decide. And the first, most of my translations were criticized that they weren't fluent and natural. They weren't fluent nor natural in Vietnamese. So yeah, I took those words I took them seriously. And actually, I changed my translation style from instead of just focus on pure accuracy. I would make some obscured reference to like to the cultures in Vietnam. Well, I will. I still won't stray out from the original version. Like I won't I won't derive. How do you say it? Derive? No, not derive. I won't deviate from it. Yeah, I won't deviate from the original Japanese too much, but I will make some adjustments here and there just to fit with the flow. And I don't know. It's I guess it's working, but it's still a hard decision for me to make. You know, in this year's this year's Lunar New Year, Arknights released a song called Sui Sui Ya. It means just do it randomly. Uh, Basically, the song is it's about a main character. He was at a crossroad of right and wrong, and he was wondering that if he follow his calculation, if he followed his calculation, will he arrive at the point, like at the finish line, like at the like the place that he want he wanted to go. So it was something like this. Uh, Yo ya, Xuan pan xiao da. Yo ya, Gong si tao yong so la. It means, oh god, I just hold my calculator. Oh, it means the abacus, but I guess calculator here is a better term. And oh my gosh, I used the wrong formula. And then the rest of the song is talking about how life is random. Like we cannot use a specific formula just to say if it's right or wrong. Maybe there are more than that. Our lives our lives are more than just a set of fruit. There are deviations. There will be challenges. There will be ups and downs. But sometimes when we don't know what to decide, just follow our own heart. And I guess I just have to agree with that. I used to be a man of moral. No, not a man of moral. It's just that I made a lot of moral code for me to follow, but actually I failed because I was too inflexible, and I couldn't adapt to the current situation. And because of that, I failed a lot of time. This time in it isn't like that. I tried to make adjustments from my own experience and from judging the situation. And yeah, actually, you could say that my translation style this time is like that. Do I know if it's right or wrong? Um, maybe 80% I am correct, but there is that 20% that I might be wrong. And what's the point? And what's the catch? If people can help me to correct it, if people can at least give me some constructive criticism, then yes, I'm grateful. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. Even Haven, even the blue sky joined the lot. He throws the die around just to see if it just to see if it goes. I don't know. So that's why now that I'm not afraid of making mistakes. I used to be. I used to be like that. I used to be afraid of making mistakes, but now that fear is, just say it died. It died down somewhat. It died down somewhat because, well, just have to make mistakes so that you can improve, right? I felt a lot like my first translations were bad, were rough. Okay, but then when I earned some experiences, I could change it. I could apply that to my later translation. Oh, by the way, you know, I think that by at this time you all should know about the 18.5 installation of Touhou project, the 20th. I mean, the 100th black market. I think it was the name, right? Of course, that Touhou Center will try to finish that translation as soon as possible. Well, not just Touhou Center, it's also Touhou Wiki because you know, uh, both the EN branch of Touhou Wiki and Touhou Center, they work closer. They work more closely than you might expect. Yeah, they work more closely than you might expect. And I guess with the help from both sides and from other branches in Touhou Center, other languages in from Touhou Center, I think they could make it. They could finish the English translation for the new game in around maybe a month or so. Back then it used to be like 2 days, but I guess that the old translators are the old like the translators we have back then. They all left due to life, or at least they are just not as active compared to before. But it's fine. We have all the time in this world, right? Hmm. So uh, this is just a spontaneous audio log. I wouldn't say it's vlog because I don't even make any video. I guess say just audio log from now on. Uh, but thank you both. Thank you for everyone for supporting me, both Vietnamese and the international fans. Because without you, I couldn't have kept up my motivation to fight, to just to try and work, just to try and stick with this for 6 years and maybe more. Yeah, like my YouTube channel. I did at first. I wanted to make it like just like to announce the changes in top centers or maybe promoting the patches. Maybe I should do that later. Maybe I should do that more like not just Vietnamese but also English, Russian, and many other languages as well. But I will think about it if I have the time. You see, I will think about it when I have the time. But still, it's not only that. But then you could say that I started as a just a random guy on YouTube. My former name was Paru Paru C back then. Before I decided to make this channel a fully fledged, like a full fledged top percent promoting channel. Then, then I played LostWord and I decided, hey, why not uploading some videos of LostWord? Because back then, when the game was actually good, I had a great I had a good time enjoying that. Not so much now, but that's not that's not a problem for today. So you could say that my channel, I started as a random people on YouTube, and maybe just random people on this on WIki and Touhou Center as well. But when I got my posse, I fortified my foundation thanks to WIki and Touhou Center, and finally, just say that with just only this channel, okay, I was a bit more popular, and I had a bit more subscribers now thanks to LostWord, which is well ironic, which is a bit ironic. Uh, what the hell? How the hell you say it? Irony? Yeah, maybe. I'm not good at English, you see, which may be a bit irony, but hey, it's fine. That's life. So in the future, I will. Well, just my plan. It's just something that I randomly think of as of now. I will make more videos about LostWord when I know that I could write something. Maybe maybe I will remake some of my review character showcase videos, or maybe just some on just focus on some characters that I have on my other three accounts. Or maybe I will make some random contents and more on promoting Touhou Center's works because they they do a great job. They've been doing a great job, but most of the time people only know about the English translation and maybe to a lesser extent the Spanish translation. It would be a crime for me for me not to advertise advertise the other languages. Maybe I will find some other fans from other nations. Like if I remember correctly, uh, some of the most active translation branches in Touhou Center is well aside from the well, we don't have, as I have mentioned, we don't have an official English branch, but we do have a French portal, a Russian, I think Ukrainian as well. Yeah, Ukrainian, Russian, Ukrainian, German. I don't know, but I think the Chinese also use Touhou Center sometimes. Wait, no, I think they actually do. I don't know if they're from Taiwan or from mainland China. I I haven't I haven't checked, but yeah, they also use that. Despite the fact that the mainland China also have some kind of patching system like Touhou Center, but in China, like they also have some patching system that is not that unlike from Touhou Center, but was made by the Chinese. Yeah, I think they also have that. Just that China, the situation in China right now is something out of my scope, and I don't want to. I don't have time to actually study more about. I think the Indonesian is also not maybe not as active as before, but I still see some Indonesian translation here and there. And yeah, well, aside from Indonesia, maybe Indonesian and Vietnamese. There used to be a Thai back then, but a Thai translation back then. But I heard that they quit for some reasons. Anyway, I will. Well, I guess that's the plan for next year. I will keep translating games from to Vietnamese and help with the English translation. I will also translate. I will try to finish the Wild Horn Hermit translation on Manga Desk, and maybe more about Lost World, or at least uh, I won't say it. Well, I will enjoy West Last. I will enjoy Lost World. Wet last. That's all. Anyway, thanks for listening to my 20-minute ramblings. Uh, Good night and See you next time.